Hi, I'm Katie Dunn, Business Development Director at Core Channels. Joining me today is David Sonnenstein, VP of Product and Strategy, and Stefan Collins, Director of Partner Channel and Alliances from AMI Strategies. AMI Strategies provides technology expense management and managed mobility services. Thank you guys again for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So Stefan, tell us a little bit about AMI Strategies and the solutions that you offer.
AMI Strategy offers full invoice lifecycle management and managed mobility services. Our invoice lifecycle management focuses on three things. One would be cost avoidance and governance. The other would be change management and financial automation. On the managed mobility side, this is really a full range or suite of services, everything from procurement to end of life.
Okay, great. Dave, what market gaps do you fill?
Thanks, Katie. So, one of the areas that has really been growing in our business, and as Stefan mentioned, we offer a full suite of managed mobility services. So everything from procurement to invoice management to optimization to help desk, right? But one of the large areas that our partners and clients have been coming to us for is MDM administration. And in that vein, what we found is either clients know that they need to secure devices or they have critical apps that they want to make sure are on their corporate devices with their end users, or they may have a special use case. As an example, a healthcare organization that wants tablets with a very specific application that they want to be sharing amongst users. And so sometimes they need some help picking the right solution, right? We pick the app, we pick the devices, we pick the network, but we don't know how we're actually going to get the apps on those devices. So oftentimes we might help them find the right mobile device management solution that fits the environment, the device makeup, the network, or oftentimes they've also selected what MDM solution that they want to have as part of that. But what they lack is that last mile, which is, hey, we don't have the resources that are certified on this application, this MDM application, to actually go do the deployment, support it post-deployment. So that's really where AMI comes in as that last mile to say, hey, you do not need to have these resources on staff. We have the certified experts. We can do the MDM setup. We can do the configuration. We can do the device deployment. And then we also offer a help desk, so that if there's any incidents or you want to make policy changes, you don't need to have that kind of that expertise on staff. You can actually leverage our help desk. We'll make those changes for you in an outsourced environment.
Okay, so that means as a customer, I can customize what I need on my phones. It's not, standard across for all customers, right? You go in and customize it for the customers, correct?
Yeah, and even more importantly, you don't need to go hire someone who is an MDM expert that is only there for that function, right? You can actually leverage us as the outsourced resource and our help desk that's available up to 24/7 to help administrate that for you. So it's outsourced domain expertise.
That's great. Great. Thank you so much for sharing. It's so important to help people in the mobility space to have a device that is unique for their business and help them to increase productivity. So what other unique features and market differentiators do you have out there besides MDM?
So, if we look at the entire mobility puzzle, right, we are a very big ServiceNow shop. So a lot of what many organizations are trying to get their hands around, especially when it comes to these mobile first environments and device deployments, is how can I have everything within one system of record where I'm organizing how end users and groups are making requests for devices and how I'm doing my device deployments, making sure that when the end user receives the device, we have an entire staging and kitting facility. So making sure when an end user receives the device, it's already been tested, the apps have already been loaded, the policies are already enforced. As well as, hey, when someone has an issue with that device, who can they reach out to? Because a lot of organizations do not want to have, they don't want to be in the wireless business. They don't want to have to do that level 1, level 2 triage and have that staffed in-house. So we have a 24/7 help desk. It's all US-based agents, which a lot of our customers really prefer. all the way up to the expense management. And when we do that full life cycle, right, all the way up from procurement, right, to deployment and the staging and kitting, what we're also doing as part of that process is making sure all the inventory is very clean, and it's not just, when you have a device and you're tied to a service, you want to know the plans and features, you want to know the users that have those devices, their particulars, the GL codes, the cost centers, if you're doing chargebacks or showbacks from an allocation perspective. So we do it all within a closed loop system, all the way up to being able to properly dispose or recycle those devices at the end of the life cycle. So having a partner like AMI gives you the entire life cycle, not only for the hardware, but the software, the end user support in a 24/7 environment, all wrapped together in one nice bow.
On the inventory portion, Dave, you guys can manage for a company not just handsets and tablets, but you can also do like connected laptops, Wi-Fi laptops, routers. What other types of things do you guys help customers manage from an inventory standpoint?
You bet. So, laptops are endpoints too. Another area we have a lot of experience around are barcode scanners, right? Things that you're using within warehouses. And so these are all critical parts of our client's core business, right? Depending on what business they're in, but making sure that all these endpoints are secure, right? They have all the proper applications and policies tied to them, to make sure that, and all the way up to actually doing threat defense, right? And we've got a partnership there that makes sure that end users, from what they're clicking on, what websites they're going to, aren't introducing new threats into the corporate environment. So there's a lot of devices that we consider endpoints, even devices in kiosk mode, right? Making sure we're locking down devices that are maybe there for public use, within an organization, say in a retail environment, and then they're not being used in ways that deviate from what the purpose of the device is.
Oh, that's great to hear that you're able to do so many different things as well as the threat defense piece. So, Stefan, what customer segments do you serve?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's not really verticalized. It's more around customer need. And what I mean by that is managed mobility in its essence, right, is solving complexity, right? We're coming in, we're providing automation, like I stated before, efficiencies, additional professional services that become an extension of that particular enterprise or that organization's IT group. So the best fit, even though we have customers that are, as small as 100 units, 100 devices out in the field, the best customer fits are usually the more larger, complex. They have more devices. There's more changes that are taking place in their environment. They have many locations. So really, again, it doesn't necessarily fit into a specific vertical, but if you think about it, property management, retail, hospitality, et cetera, we found a lot of success in those areas.
Okay, that's great. How has your partnership with Core and T-Mobile for Business had an impact on your business at AMI?
Well, I believe the relationship is about 3 or 4 years strong now. And Core has such excellent, deep relationships within T-Mobile for Business specifically. And I know that's where a lot of the opportunities that we work on is within the carrier space, within T-Mobile. And that has really benefited us in several ways. One, in the fact that, we can walk into offices and talk about the value that we add and the services that we have, and we're welcome. Secondly, would be their partner ecosystem. We found quite a few opportunities with partners that have solutions that complement things that maybe are not in our portfolio, and vice versa. And so it's really a very unique environment that they've created as far as within their partner channel.
Okay, great. And then one last question. So what's your one-line solution elevator pitch that you want sellers, engineers, and customers to remember about AMI strategies?
Well, I have an idea, and I think our product strategy guy probably has a better one, but I'll throw mine out there from our side, which is, managing mobility is not easy. And as I just stated in regards to the segments, the complexity, I think if anything you would remember about AMI today from this conversation is that the more complex, the better. That's really where we come in and we offer the most value in that full end-to-end cradle-to-grave lifecycle management for mobility.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I mean, there's only so much, that the carrier provides when it comes to managing holistically a mobility program. So we really are very complementary to what T-Mobile and Core offer, but that take that just a little bit further, whether it be end user self-service requesting, staging and kitting, securing the device, doing the deployment, doing end user tier 1, 2 help desk, right? We really take that service that's being provided and expand on that to say, hey, the jobs that need to be done with these mobility end users, with administrators, there's more than just selecting the carrier and the device. There's a lot more that goes into that. We're really the partner that helps get the most out of that investment by providing all those periphery services that are all encompassing in a management program.
Thanks, Dave. Was that longer than a minute, though?
Yeah, it's more than one line.
It's more than one
Yes,
line.
sir.
Hey, you wanted short story long? I gave it to you.
You did. Well, I think you guys know I always enjoy working with the team at AMI Strategies. So again, thank you guys for joining us today. I had to have a little bit of fun with you. So again, thank you for joining us today. Strategic partnerships like the one with Core Channels, T-Mobile, and AMI Strategies has already proven to be successful. We're excited to see what the future brings in working with AMI Strategies, Core, and T-Mobile. Please make sure to give AMI Strategies a like and a follow on LinkedIn. Dave posts lots of great content on all the different things that AMI is doing, and he even offers pro tips. So make sure you go and follow them. To learn more about AMI Strategies, contact Stephen Collins at scollins@amistrategies.com. If you're interested to join the Core Channels Partner Program, leveraging T-Mobile for Business, please contact BMP_sales@corewireless.com. Thank you again.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.